Hi, I'm Scott Willison with the Confluence Fly Shop in Bellingham, Washington, and today we are going to tie an adaptation of one of my all-time favorite summer nymph patterns. That is the Duracell Nymph. For those of you familiar with the Duracell, you'll find it seems to have a tendency to work everywhere. Super buggy fly, very reminiscent of an emerging caddis pupa. When the caddis are out in the summer, this fly can do no wrong. But sometimes I don't necessarily want to fish the pattern deep. I want something I can fish in the surface film, or a very light fly that I can fish off of a larger dry fly as a dropper, like a Chubby Chernobyl. And something that's going to really hang out in that upper water column. So I think one of the best things about the Duracell Nymph is the body color. It uses this UV brown ice dub that's got this almost purplish hue to it, but it just really stands out in the water and catches fish like nobody's business. So I've adapted a soft tackle pattern in the Duracell colors. We're going to call this the Duracell soft tackle. In my vise, I have one of my favorite soft tackle hooks. This is a size 12 Daiichi 1150. It's a popular caddis pupa hook, also great for chironomids, and you can tie scud patterns on it as well, but I find it works exceptionally well for soft tackles too. So I've gone ahead and started some red thread. This is A-Dot Semperfli Classic Waxed, which is a good strong but fairly thin thread, so I don't build up a lot of bulk on this pattern. And for the tail, we are just going to strip some fibers from a partridge hackle and tie in a small tail there. Just kind of pinching it in place, and then when I get it where I want it, I'll progressively tighten down on the thread. We are going to now tie in a small red ultra wire rib. And I'm just tying that in toward the eye and winding back over it so I can get kind of a uniform taper to the body here. And then this is the magic stuff right here, the UV brown ice dub. And you can kind of see through the package there. Really cool color. As with all dubbings, we'll start out with just a little bit so we can get that twisted on the thread. You can always add more if you need to, but if you start out with too much, it really just kind of results in a mess and is hard to work with. And I'm just building up a tiny little bit of taper in this fly. Not a whole ton. So we've got our body done, and we will go ahead and just kind of hold this wire at an angle and rotate it. And I've got about 3-4 wraps in there, which is all I need. We'll just rock that back and forth till it breaks, and then we are going to add one of my favorite soft tackle feathers, and that is just Hungarian partridge. You can see I've already kind of stripped away all the fluffy stuff at the base of the feather here. That just gives me a little bit cleaner handle, a little bit better to work with, because as with all soft tackles, you don't want to overdo it. Really easy to just keep wrapping these feathers until you run out of feather, but I really only want, 1.5 2 wraps max. So I'm just kind of preening the fibers back here. So I've got the fiber length that I want to work with, and then we're just going to cut the tip off of this feather and give ourselves a nice small tie-in point. Get 3 or 4 tight wraps down over that, and then we'll attach our hackle pliers. These are really tough to wind without hackle pliers. They're very short feathers. We're going to kind of get those fibers sweeping back just to get started. And once I get a full wrap in there, I'm just going to very carefully strip half the feather there. This is one of the things that's going to help me get the sparseness that I want. And you got to be careful because these stems are not ultra durable, so if you pull a little too hard, very easy to break the stem, and then you're in trouble. So I'm about where I want to be in terms of sparseness. So I just stripped away those excess fibers that I don't need. That's just going to save me from having a bulky tying point at the head, and then also having to do a lot of trimming when we're done. So we're good. I just sort of slip the tips of the scissors in there, pull on that stem a little bit, and we get a nice clean snip. Just take a couple wraps to accentuate. I like using a bright color thread on these. I often use red or orange or sometimes burnt orange just to give it a little bit of a hot spot effect. And then at this point we can go ahead and whip finish. Pretty easy fly to tie, but these things catch a ton of fish. You can swing it on a trout spay, fish it as a dropper off of a dry, swing it on a single hand, really versatile pattern that you can fish a lot of different ways. So we'll finish this off by just adding a little touch of Solaris bone dry to the thread wraps, just to give it some extra durability. And we are good. Out of frame, but I am shining a UV light on it at this moment just to cure it up. And I think we're all set. Fantastic fly to fish throughout the summer, particularly during caddis hatches. This is the Duracell soft hackle. You can find the materials for this and many other fly patterns at the Confluence fly shop in Bellingham, Washington. Either come on in and visit us, or you can check out our online store. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will keep cranking out content. We will see you in the shop or on the water.